who's as adamant about his or her position as I am about mine, whom you think is sharp. Seriously, we know that. And another thing, we heard him say that... Hey sports fans, Larry Elder here. Welcome to edition number 67 of And Another Thing. Can you believe it? If you want to become an Eldorado, go to LarryElder.com, fill out the form, become an Eldorado. You're going to get a free copy of Michael and Me. Michael and Me is a feature-length documentary where I explore the Second Amendment, the history of the Second Amendment, how dictators have used gun control to enslave people, and I confront Michael Moore and I ask him 3 times, Mr. Moore, how many times have Americans used firearms to defend themselves? In other words, how many Americans are alive because they were able to get their hands on a firearm? And 3 times the director said, well, you'll have to get the DVD to find out what he said. Now for episode number 67 of And Another Thing. I want to talk about another inconvenient fact. And this is something that Malcolm X said back in 1964. I understand he said this 2 days before he died. He said that black people were political chumps. Why? For voting 80% for the Democratic Party and not getting anything in return. In return, Malcolm X said black voters expected that Jack Kennedy would put together a civil rights bill. Jack Kennedy dragged his feet on the civil rights bill because he wanted to get reelected and he was afraid that the South would not go along with him. People forget why Jack Kennedy was in November back in 1963. He was there to mend a rift between 2 warring factions of the Texas Democratic Party, the segregationist side and the integrationist side. And but for segregation, Jack Kennedy probably would not have been in Texas trying to mend this fence between 2 warring factions of the racist Democratic Party. Now, the reason I say racist Democratic Party, Malcolm X was aware of this. The Democratic Party used to be referred to the Ku Klux Klan used to be referred to as a terror wing of the Democratic Party. It was founded by members of the Democratic Party. Democrats opposed the 13th Amendment. That was the amendment that ended slavery. Democrats opposed the 14th Amendment. That was the amendment that made newly freed blacks immediate citizens of this country. And Democrats opposed the 15th Amendment that, at least on paper, gave blacks the right to vote. And when you look at the Civil Rights Act of 1964, as a percentage of the party, more Republicans supported it than did Democrats. Think about it. These racist Southern politicians, they were almost all Democrats. Bull Connor, who sicked water hoses and dogs on civil rights workers in the South, he was a Democrat. Ross Barnett. I hope you enjoyed this small excerpt. If you want to see the full video, got to be in Eldorado. Go to my website, LarryElder.com, log in, fill out the form. It'll cost you about $4.75 a month, or about the price of a mocha frappuccino latte at your favorite coffee house. As you can tell, I don't like coffee. I'm a tea drinker. See you next time.